You come to church every week. Hear these words of Jesus. Don't leave the way you came in. Don't leave the way you came in. Don't leave with this burden. Don't leave with the heavy weight. Remember, she had just heard him teach, come to me. You who are weary and heavy laden, I'll give you rest for your soul. Let me wash you. Let me cleanse you. Let me purify you. Yeah, I know of your guilt, but if you'll just come to my feet, I'll make you whole. I'll make you innocent, as though you'd never cheated anybody, as though you'd never lied to anybody, as though you never schemed against anyone, as though you never fantasized about that thing or did that other. I'll wash it away. Come to me. He says to her, dear, you walked in the immoral woman, but you can walk out the pure woman. You walked in the guilty woman, you can walk out the innocent woman. You walked in a slut, you can walk out my daughter. I'll rename you. I'll let you understand who you are at the foot of the cross. You're innocent and clean and pure and whole again. That's what Jesus says in that moment as he looks at her and they're offended. Who is he that he thinks he can just declare that over her? I'll tell you who he is. He is the Holy One who hung on a cross and knew as he hung there all of the sins of our lives he was dying for. I remember watching The Passion of the Christ. I was invited to a special showing where I watched it with the guy who made the film. I watched it in a collection of people with Mel Gibson so he could explain to us what his thoughts were when he was putting these scenes together. I watched it, and when Jesus was being crucified, I was such a mess. I had this box of tissue, and I think I used them all. I just came unglued. If you've not seen The Passion of the Christ, you want to. It's the best picture of how this would have gone, even though it's a little bit conservative. It was a little rougher than even Mel Gibson shows. But I was sobbing. In the moment where Jesus was on the cross, he saw you and me at our worst. On that day, he saw your lowest day and died for you anyway. I remember when that became clear to me. See, I had heard about the love of Christ. I had heard about the forgiveness of God, but I hadn't apparently experienced it for myself. I just believed in it. I'd grown up going to church on and off. I'd believed in it, but I had never placed my life in it. I never put stock in it. I had never experienced it. So I ask you, what good is a love that is not experienced?